So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about something a little bit more personal and something that I've been going through lately. It's nothing bad, it's actually really good. Something that's been helping me and my physical health and my mental health, and I kind of wanted to share it with you guys because I never thought I could get to this point in my life where I'm healthy mental wise and I'm happy, and it seems like it could be a lot of work. And honestly, most of the stuff I'm going to say is probably something that you have heard before, but I kind of wanted to do this video in a way because I wanted to show, like, because I've been in your situation. Maybe you've had like stress issues, weight issues, or depression issues, and I would look at a lot of videos, I would do a lot of reading, and it was all just the same thing, very basic, and just kind of like when your mom tells you to do something because it's better for you and you're just like, oh, whatever, kind of like that situation. But once you finally do it, you realize, oh wow, it was just this simple and this easy. So this video is really just going to be about what I did. Basically, I haven't really even said what this video is about, but basically I've struggled with anxiety, generalized anxiety, since I was very young, and kind of just very recently, well, not recently, but a couple years ago, I found out what it really was. And at the time I had no idea what it was exactly. Like, I mean, I knew what it was. I knew it was generalized anxiety, but I didn't know what it meant exactly. And I kind of just was trying to deal with it on my own and trying to find ways to cope with it. If you could do that on your own, kind of find ways to cope with your anxiety or depression, that is really good in my opinion. Sometimes I know it's kind of hard to talk to somebody about your problems and get to the real issue that is bothering you, or even if it's nothing bothering you, it's hard to explain to somebody how you feel every day, especially if it's been for so long. So if you can kind of come up with your own coping mechanisms and kind of deal with it, I don't want to say on your own, like if you're on your own, but if you can kind of just toughen up, and I don't want to say that either, but if you can, like, I don't know what's a good way to say this, but kind of just like harden yourself a little bit and kind of know that no matter what, it's just really you. No matter how much help you get or how many people you talk to, it's really up to you, and it's gonna feel hopeless a lot of times, and it's gonna feel kind of very lonely, but as long as you stay true to yourself and kind of just depend on yourself and not other people, you can get through it. Just recently I did something else that wasn't really about solving my anxiety problems and my depression problems. I had some family issues. Well, I've had family issues for a while. How could I say this without giving too much information away? Basically, a very close family member of mine just kind of took their health for granted, and it made their life turn for the worse. And seeing that happen with being like right there, being in the hospital or being wherever, and kind of just coping with it, has made me really want to appreciate my life more, especially since there's nothing wrong with me. I mean, I have my anxiety issues, I have my depression issues, and I'm capable, and I have the whole world in front of me, which all of this is for you too. It's the same thing for you. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that kind of inspired me to kind of take care of my body. I mean, I never did anything bad in the first place, but I wasn't doing the 100% taking care of my body the way I should. About a year ago, well, it's almost a year ago that I posted my first YouTube video, and at that time I wasn't eating correctly. I was eating out a lot. I was drinking whatever I wanted. I finally made the decision a couple of months ago to eat more healthy, but this past I guess like 2 months I've been doing it to the extreme, like super eating clean eating, and kind of being aware of what I'm eating and where it comes from, and kind of just kicking out everything that's unnatural from my body and keeping it away from my body and not consuming anything like that. It's kind of like, okay, everybody says that to eat healthy because it's good for your this and it's good for that, but it truly is something that it is important to your being, your mental health and your physical health. honestly, if you just do it and you do it for weeks and you kind of just embrace the lifestyle, it changes everything. Before, I would always just kind of like I would always like eat unhealthy and just kind of be pretty lazy. I was pretty lazy. I would just kind of like lay down, you know, everybody wants to watch Netflix and eat snacks and whatever, like that's a thing, right? But it really isn't. Like it's kind of sad. Like we should be out in the world doing things. And I mean, I know it's harder for some people that like have anxiety issues and can't really be social, because I am the same way. It's very hard for me to be social, but that doesn't mean that you can't go out and hang out with, you know, just one friend. Even though you're not like talking to a bunch of people, making a bunch of friends or whatever, that's not really the only way you can be social. You can still kind of be social with just one person, even if it's a family member. Going back to being lazy, basically at that time I would just kind of like not want to go anywhere. I was super lazy. I never had energy. I was so sleepy all the time, even though I had a, sorry, there's like dust flying everywhere. Even though I had a lot of, I guess, time and I've had a lot of sleep and stuff, I would feel so tired and depressed. I mean, this year was the first time that I've ever really told anybody about feeling depressed, because it's kind of, at first it can feel kind of embarrassing, but it really isn't something that you can change. So there's no reason to keep it inside. If you need to talk to somebody, you can talk to somebody, even if it's someone you don't want to admit it to, like maybe a family member or something. Maybe you're scared they're going to take it personal, but if they really love you, which they do, they'll help you. But I'm not sure if I just got off track. This year was the first time that I kind of came out and was trying to deal with these issues a little bit better, trying to do more research, and I kind of just stumbled across what helped me just by not even really trying. First, it started with wanting to be more healthy and kind of being more active and taking care of my body, my physical body inside and out, by eating better. And it helped my mental health. Like I've been having so much more energy. Like it's so strange. Like the people that are close to me know that I'm pretty lazy, or was pretty lazy, but lately I've been doing a lot of things. What also helped was kind of doing like getting like a routine, like a detailed routine. I mean, it makes you feel like you have a purpose, even though it's like silly little things, but that also helps. So the whole health thing was not even, it wasn't really about losing weight, but it was more of just trying to make sure that my body was the best it could be, I guess. With eating healthy has helped my depression and my anxiety, and significantly. And I'm very happy, and I'm very like, I feel so much clearer. Like I felt like before I had a fog over me or around me or whatever, and I feel like it's cleared now. And I just wanted to share this with you because I know I would always like search YouTube videos and it would always be somebody that was like super positive and kind of just super hard to relate to, because I don't know, it's hard to relate to somebody that's already past that point, that already is super healthy mentally, physically, and it's hard to get to that point or to relate to somebody that's already at that point. And it's kind of hard to take somebody's advice, including my own, if you're watching this and if you have the same problems. I know it's going to be hard to kind of just even take this to heart. I'm sure you've heard this before, like I said. If you could just try it for a couple of weeks, like super clean eating, and kind of just do a lot of research about it and start from there, and just, even if it's slowly, like slowly cutting out things or adding some more things, and try to see where your energy's at and see if you have like a better outlook on life. And I know it sounds so weird, it sounds so weird to me still right now, how food, something you put inside your body, affects your mental health, or like how you see things, like your outlook on life. But it really is that way. Like everything's connected, and what keeps our body going is food. So I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. I don't know, it's hard to understand, or explain. I'm not really good at talking or explaining things, but trust me, please try it. If you have anxiety problems, depression problems, and I'm not talking about no special diet or, you know, something crazy or anything temporary, definitely not that. I'm talking about a lifestyle change, like veggies, fruit. I feel so like corny talking about these like typical things, but like veggie, fruit, water as much as you can. I know it's hard to drink water. Your basic proteins, nothing crazy, but just kind of, you would have to, well, I'm sure if you wanted to, if you had questions, you could ask me like what I eat specifically, and I could tell you, but I'm not sure if anybody wants to hear that right now. That would probably be like a whole nother thing. Maybe like Google like clean eating, or follow some pages on Facebook, or some pages on Instagram. If you have any other questions, like, you can ask in comments down below, or you can tweet me and request like maybe another video. I don't know if y'all would want to hear food talk. But yeah, if you have any more questions, you can ask me, but definitely do some research and kind of like learn what you need to eat. So it's not like you have to cut out like the good things in life, but basically it would just be like healthy alternatives and stuff like that. There's a lot of this food you can eat, and like alternatives are so good that you would think it's bad for you. It's crazy, but it's so good for your body. And honestly, I feel kind of guilty eating it sometimes because I'm like, oh, this tastes so good, but it's good for you. And it's amazing how stuff that isn't processed or touched at all can be so good. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I kind of like weird tasting things, but I don't know. I find it so interesting. I'm so happy with this that I had to tell you guys. I can do like an extended version of this, but I kind of just want to do like a food portion, tell you what's been helping me, because I have been struggling with this for years. I'm 22, so yeah, it's been a very long time. The depression and anxiety is like non-existent, and it's never been this good, like ever. But yeah, so this is this week's video. I am trying to find a new setup. I just put this up, so yeah, that's a thing. I don't know, I'm not done fixing it up. I gotta add more lights around it, so, and I gotta find like a better position so that could be in the background better. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask, and thank you for watching, and good luck. Bye.